Hey everyone, let's draw the lowercase p and lowercase q. Again, they're not mirrors of that lowercase d and b, so let's take a look at how those details are going to work. To do our p and our q, we're going to pull from our b and our d. So we'll grab all these by command clicking the ones that we want to open and then double clicking them. So for our p, we're actually going to use 2 bits of each one as well as our q. To start, I'm going to do the serif version, and I'll pull in the bowl from our B, and we'll paste it there. And we'll actually pull in the stem and serif of our lowercase d. With those two things together, we have all the DNA we need for our lowercase p. Really quickly, I can do that, and I'll add a component, which will be my lowercase b, just so I know that they're the same width. It looks like I came pretty close, maybe 1 or 2 taps over. So we'll get that in the right spot, and we'll get this one in the right spot. And that's the majority of our lowercase p. The bottom, however, we just need to finish off. So we'll pull this up, and we'll set them right there. And we'll go in and we'll be able to go get that serif we've been using, which, remember, we scaled this down 80%, so if we were to just bring it in normally, we might forget that. But we'll bring it in, and we'll sit it down here on the bottom of that descender line, and then bring this up so it's hidden in that character, and just like that, we have a lowercase p. At this point, we can start to see how our ascender, x height, and descender ratios are working, where we have a quite short descender level. If at this point you want to change what the proportions are looking like, this is the point to do that before you get too crazy. Continuing on to our lowercase q, we're going to grab the bowl of our lowercase d this time because we already adjusted it to be what it needs to be. And then again, we're going to grab the stem of that lowercase b, and we'll show you why. Once we bring it in here, we're going to flip it and flip it so that we can use this serif end of this stick that we built for that lowercase b. Our lowercase q is going to have this sort of serif that sticks up here as well, which you can align right to that x height, or even if it's quite pointy, put it into that overshoot a little bit. With it in here, I'm going to add a component that's my lowercase d, just to make sure it's the right width, and it's not, it's quite wide, so we'll bring it down to where they start to match. I hope you're enjoying the content in this video so far. Hopefully it's an easy letter, something that's not too crazy, and you're figuring out exactly how you want to design the letter form. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me grow and produce these videos. If you've already subscribed to the channel, be sure to comment and share this video with somebody who you think might gain something from them. With those two selected, we can now see the same joint that we did of our lowercase b coming into play in our lowercase q. Just like we did with our lowercase p, we're going to bring in this serif down here so we can actually bring that above that descender line. And I'm just going to snag it from our lowercase p over here, a quick copy and paste, to bring it in and set it at the center of that stem. And just like that, we have the serif version of our p and our q. Now to get our sans serif versions, we'll quickly duplicate this, so we'll grab this and that, we'll copy it and we'll paste it, and then it functions just like our other sans serif ones, where these stems are quite straight. If we were designing a typeface like Optima, we might keep some of those pseudo serifs on the Q or on the P. You can also play some other optical tricks. So if we're looking at this letter and saying that that feels quite rigid or like it's filling up too much space, what you could do is add in a pair of points here and here so that you can grab this path here and actually make it narrower than the other parts. What that does is give us just a little bit more white space in there. A lot of typefaces will slim this out, so whatever your joint is, between your Q and B and P and D. We want to keep that consistent. Ours has this stroke running into the stem instead of blending right into it, and that's fine. There's no right or wrong answer there. We'll do the same for our lowercase p now. We'll grab this part and this part. We'll Command C to copy it and paste it on that sans serif layer. And then we can just bring it up here and bring this down to our descender line. And we've got those two characters ready to go. I hope you've enjoyed that video. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That's the best way to support what's going on. Again, you can like the video if you loved it. Give it a thumbs down, honestly, if it was terrible. And maybe I'll make another one, maybe I won't. If I learn something new, I'll make a new one.